cool. We're back. I'm done fangirling over Ash being nice for like 1 second and being like romantic. I'm good. Anyway, hey, welcome back to The Letter. I'm Stormy. And we're playing The Letter like I just said. Sorry, I'm in such a giddy mood after last episode. I'm just like, damn, some good shit is happening. Oh wait, I shouldn't swear in the first 30 seconds. Damn it. Whatever. Here we go. At the light rap I give the door, Zach breaks off mid-sentence at once. Hey guys, what's up? Nice confession, Ash. Their eyes are on me when I slide into the room, though their attention doesn't really stay. Soon the bag I'm carrying catches their eye, and they're both shooting me bewildered looks. Zachary, in particular, appears about to say something, but can't quite place how to articulate it. A swift glance at Ashton tells me the same thing, though the question in my eyes comes off more passive, muted. I raise a hand at them before they can say something about it.
It's not mine.
The light mood changes as soon as I've finished. They know I don't have to spell it out for them. I don't think they want me to, but when that reality is just lying a few inches away in front of us. Either way, the atmosphere doesn't last. The world isn't rendering my heart useless as it turns out. Even Zachary, clueless as he is, gapes at me with a worried crease on his forehead. He has the right to be. The bitter tone my voice takes once the conversation turns elsewhere surprises me too.
No, I'll take it from here.
You don't have to do that. Zachary and I can handle this for a few days.
Both of you already had your turn with this. It wouldn't hurt to have another person helping out.
I wish Ash was a nicer person and not a cop. 'Cause like, oh my god, I would have been so like, I'm invested because I care about the characters and I want everyone to be happy, but Ash, he's not that great of a dude. Like, Isabella deserves better for sure. Becca, I don't care too much about Becca just yet. Oof.
This isn't some sort of a competition, Ash. We're doing this because someone has to be here for her.
I'm not making this one. I just volunteered, didn't I?
Despite knowing Ash, oh my god, when I play Ash's route, are we gonna get more, like, romantic things? 'Cause, like, my heart cannot take it. Despite knowing Ashton only means well in his offer, hearing it directly from him, seeing him throw his affections around as if no one knows, it stings. It burns.
Don't you have an investigation to finish?
And Zach has freelance gigs in line for the next few days. You have students to teach. Don't push it, Becca.
Yeah, when all is said and done, the only thing I do is beat a hasty retreat, while that green-eyed monster rages inside me.
All three of us have things to take care of on our own, but between us, it should be easier to find some time to...
Fine. Good.
This isn't the proper place for it. With my words too strained, too quiet, no amount of anger would get my feelings across to him. Why don't use anger then? Just fucking tell him. 17 years and it never once did. What more now?
Do what you want.
It ends with 3 steps in a hastily shoved bag. In all honesty, I'm not entirely sure what I'm expecting will show in Ashton's face. Anger to match mine? Confusion maybe? Or perhaps regret? It certainly isn't the straight-faced one he has now. However, more than that, beyond this impassive mask he wears, in the passing minute I lock gazes with him, I see it. In the glimpse of it, out of everything tonight, it's what shatters all that remains of my restraint. I don't wait for him to say anything. Quickly, I tear my eyes away from his and march towards the door. Ignoring the worried glances, Zach shoots my way. My heart may be far from fragile, but neither of them needs to see it break. The door closes with a soft click. Excuse me. Sorry. You know, if your heart is breaking, you're in a hospital, you just get that fixed. But okay, I'll stop. The door closes with a soft click, but for a long moment I remain standing amidst the empty hall. Taking in the silence, listening for anything that'll dare break it, waiting for that hammer to finally fall, or for the ground to swallow me whole. This isn't the house. This isn't Monster House! None of it happens, of course, and for what's perhaps the 100th time in the span of a second, I'm left to crawl what I saw in Ashton. It's not hearing the thoughtfully worded admission of his own feelings that did it, nor seeing those unguarded, yearning glances he gave her. but facing the faraway look in his eyes and who he has always seen past me, past the person who's always stood in front of him. I never had him in the first place.
I love him.
Oh, Rebecca. The words itself leave a bitter aftertaste in my mouth, despite wanting them to be heard for so long. Suddenly, at their mere utterance, the world goes too still, too bright, too sharp, too cold. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into my heart and settles there, replacing a warmth I no longer remember feeling. Distant, much like the only memories I have of this place. Without nothing else to cling to, I run. Behind me, the door once again creaks open, and Zachary calls after me, cordial, friendly, and utterly unsuspecting. I ignore all of it, because even after all of this, his isn't the voice I want to hear. I'm kind of conflicted about how I'm feeling about this whole Becca thing, because I feel bad for her, definitely. Like, that sucks. But also, she's never said anything. And, like, she knows that Ash is, like, dense and kind of stupid. So, like, you think she'd tell him years ago. But now she's like, oh, I can't believe he'd choose some other woman. He didn't see me. Like, what? You could have told him, like, a while ago. Hello? I don't know. I feel like in that kind of case, I'm not a master of romance. Not in the slightest, but if you want to be seen, then, like, you have to make yourself heard. You know? I don't know. Her being mad at being like, oh, well, he loves another girl. He never looks at me. I'm like, girl, say something then. Stand up and say something. Come on. If you want it, go get it. Whatever. I make it out of the hospital in a flurry of steps, my mind abuzz with thoughts and emotions in turmoil. Ignoring the courteous smiles every staff member shoots my way or the voice shouting after me. My footfalls hit hard against the pavement, each stride a stark refusal, each distance I put a continued denial. More than I thought, a passing stranger would give me looks. More than once. Is it a pity, consternation, scorn, or dismay?
It doesn't matter now, does it?
All I hear are the voices inside my head, jeering, mocking, while the rest of the world blurs around me. I'm the one who has always been by his side. I'm the one who knew more about him than anyone. Why couldn't it have been me? But the universe doesn't have an answer for that, neither does anyone. So I run, until everything fades away from my mind. Until my breathing goes labored. Until my legs buckle, feet catching on loose stone, and the world tilting sideways at long last. A yelp comes from my mouth, but the pain I'm expecting, hoping for, doesn't. When awareness returns to me in a rush of sounds and colors, it isn't his hands that grip my arms, nor the sharp gleam, usually in his eyes, that I see. Far, a striking contrast. This one's softer, kinder. Though worry slightly mars his voice, there's nothing in it but genuine concern. Yeah, Zach! Oh, Zachary, best bye! I miss you so much, Zach. Zachary's. Why is there romantic music? Are we getting with Zach? Because, like, I'm down. It's always a wonder how they even became friends.
Easy there, ma'am.
He doesn't waste any time, not even to wait for some form of gratitude from me, and quickly pulls me to my feet. However, it isn't until he draws a handkerchief from his pocket and gingerly hands it to me that I glance up at him, searching for an explanation.
For your, face.
You're so sweet, you're so cute. He makes a vague gesture around his cheeks, his movement small and a bit awkward before letting his arm fall and hang at his sides, suddenly too afraid to point it out. He does not retract his hand, offering the handkerchief though, merely giving me a sheepish shrug and another smile when I finally lift a hand up to my cheek and it comes away wet. Oh. I cast him another look, wary, unsure. But all he has for me is an accepting smile. There's a question behind it, but for the moment he holds off. So with another indrawn breath, I take the offered cloth, if only to keep my hands occupied while I pull myself together.
Thanks.
No problem. Take your time if you want. And, I'll just be here. Pretending I didn't see anything and, take your time.
I'm so sorry I killed you, Zach. I'm so sorry. You're the best character in this fucking game. Zachary's polite enough to avert his gaze, And only when the last of the tears have been wiped away does he say anything.
You okay? The floor almost had you there.
Yeah, thanks again. Sorry about that.
The words ring hollow, even to my ears, and I'm not certain either if they're meant to be an apology for all his troubles or for showing him the pathetic side of me. Nevertheless, he accepts them.
Nah, it is cool. Surprised me, though. Didn't think you could run that fast. But you don't look really well right now. Something happened?
No, nothing. Nothing important.
It is important. Your feelings are important. Tell him.
I was just a little shaken, I think, from all that running. I'll be fine, Zachary.
Well, don't push yourself too hard, alright? I'm sure Bella will understand if you ever decide to take a break. Hell, she wouldn't want us fussing over like this. If you aren't feeling up to it, just say so. Let Ashton and I take over now. It ain't a big deal.
Oh, I'm sure Ashton would love that.
Oof. Come on, girl. You're so bad at holding your jealousy. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe that nobody in this group has found out that you have a crush on Ashton. There's no fucking way. I found out in the first 2 seconds of them talking. I was like, oh. Regret follows the second the heated words leave my mouth. The light mood inevitably shatters. As black as my mouth might have been, Zachary doesn't deserve the receive of the brunt of it. No one does. Even Ashton. Yet, all I see in my head right now is the image of him seating inside that room, spilling his heart out unlike he ever did for me, wearing such sincerity I've never seen in him before. The concerned expression returns to Zachary's face, and with it are thousands of questions he's been avoiding to ask. Under his honest scrutiny, I balk. I look away before he can see past this, and I catch a glimpse of an ugly side of me. But considering how well I've handled this so far, I won't be shocked if he already thinks less of me.
Rebecca, is everything really alright?
I bet he already knows the answer to that. Regardless of appearances, Zach can be quite as perceptive as Ashton. It's part of the reasons why they became friends in the first place. Frankly, I don't understand why he's still making an effort to ask. For the sake of being polite? Responding to that will only open up a whole different can of worms. He should always know that. What a mess. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking tell him! What do you even know? I don't want to be mean to him. Me and Zach are cool. Me and Zach are cool. What? Simply end this. I don't want to be mean. I just... Yeah, okay, that's a good one. The other one was so rude. But at the same time, I'm aching. Aching is not the right word. Maybe it is. I just want to tell somebody. I just want Becca to be like, yo, I'm in love with Ash. Regardless of his good intentions, Zachary doesn't deserve to be caught up in the same kind of chaos my mind is in right now.
I'm sorry, Zachary. I didn't mean that.
Smile. Bottle it up. Hide it where other people can't judge, even if it leaves me wanting for a more explosive outburst. At least this way there's no guilt apart from the one I have to suffer myself.
I know you don't. You're actually scarier than that when you mean it.
Am I? Really?
Only a bit. A wee bit. Don't take that personally, please. I mean, you're a really nice person, but you also have to deal with Ash and Bella sometimes. That takes a lot of patience, especially Ash. And you're a teacher, so I guess...
Zachary?
Yes, ma'am?
You don't have to say anything to make me feel better about myself. I'm tougher than that.
Oh, well, I was just...
He's just being a sweet boy.
Besides, I've already heard most of those from Isabella. I'm used to it. Trust me.
Zachary's eyebrows are drawn together when I glance back at him, his mouth opening and closing in a weak attempt to answer my reassurances. This probably isn't where he wants to take this little talk, but the turn it took left him with no other choice. Much like how found himself thrust in this position out of... I don't know if I should say this out loud. Okay, I want to thrust him in that position, but I'm sorry. Let's move on. Out of all people. He now has to be the one standing in the middle of the fix things. Even with no such... I'm so sorry, Zach. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry because he's cute. Even when no such obligations have been handed to him. Bloody, he didn't even need to follow me. But that's just how he is. This is an unintentional mistake on my part, too. Yes, though, I still can't help but feel responsible. The best apology I can give him right now is a light pet on his arm. A bit half-hearted coming from me, but I do it still. You do it to him. It's not like I have any other thing left I can offer.
Look, Zachary. All of this, it's probably just the stress talking. Don't worry about me. We've all been on the edge since the news broke. I haven't even gotten a decent sleep since it started. And it still doesn't seem like things will be slowing down anytime soon. Maybe it's a good thing Ashton volunteered when he did. At least now we have a few hours to rest, yes? Take your own advice and go get a break yourself, okay?
Go eat an orange, like you've been waiting to do all night. I throw in another smile at him for good measure, but it falters the second my eyes meet his. It's that look again. The one too honest. If I hold it for a moment longer, I'll probably end up saying things I shouldn't, more than what I'm willing to disclose at the moment. Because despite wanting to get this feeling across, these are also ones I've harbored longer than any. If Ashton won't hear them, won't have them, then neither has the world any right to do so. I'm more than happy to cling to these, if it'll keep the misery at bay. I've already done so before. It won't change a damn thing. So without bothering with a goodbye, I walk away. Zachary doesn't stop me, doesn't react, or reach out to my hand, or call my name. This is as far as he'll allow himself to cross. For all his concerns between the two of us, he's more familiar with the line we keep between us than I am. He won't intrude far from what the boundaries will allow. When his voice rings out again above the din of traffic around us, in a last attempt to reach me, it does exactly what he's been reluctant to do.
Hey, Rebecca! About Ashton.
I stop and turn to look at him, nevertheless. Even with half a mind to bolt, caught between the small urge to hide until this simply blows over at my own curiosity.
Frankly, I don't really understand what happened back there. I ain't gonna pretend I get the gist of it. I ain't sure if this'll help either, but look, he might be the smartest guy I know, but there are times when things go straight over his head. Way over his head.
No malice, no ill will in it. Their words not meant to hurt, just another truth, because apparently we've got heaps of those to throw around today.
So, I think you should talk to him, at least.
Yes, Zach, the only sane one. Oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't say sane, because that's not true. The only smart one? The only rational one. He knows. He's just like, he's been saying what I've been saying this whole time. Love you, Zach.
You don't have to do it, of course. That's just my 2 cents. Ashton can be a bit dense. Sometimes things really work better if you just say it to him.
Zachary ends it with a shrug, as casual and nonchalant as he can manage. The nervous lines of his shoulders tell a different story, however. He wants to say more, but this is all that those metaphorical boundaries we keep will allow, what I will allow for now. In the end, he simply settles for a smile of his own, reluctant, unwilling to leave things here, but with no expectations of it being returned. He's the one who departs first, seconds later, leaving the ghosts of what— Ghosts? Of what he said hanging over me. And perhaps it's exactly the fear of being left with these thoughts that leads me to the cafe instead. Less time to think about these things as long as I'm moving and in the company of other people. He just gave you some really sound advice. Just go talk to Ash. Jeez. At this hour, the cafe is usually filled to the brim with people. That's the reason Isabel and I rarely ever go here during the evenings. It's simply too much of a hassle. It definitely looks really busy right now. It's simply too much of a hassle when we can prepare food ourselves in the comfort of our homes, and there really isn't much reason to eat out lately. What with life going on a busy streak. No time for long lines. Better spend that doing something productive, yes?
Lucky there isn't one tonight.
Only a few people are idling around the counter. You could have fooled me. 4 of them, in fact. A woman in her 60s and a teenager busy with his phone. Both are just waiting to be served their orders. the dead silence. Oh my god. Part of me is like, haha, what if Kylie's here? I can't believe I just did a whole fucking, like, how long was that dead silence of me just being like, holy shit, Luke is here. Damn. Well, that's a fun way to end it. Okay, we'll see what Luke wants to talk about tomorrow, I guess. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it, and goodbye.